This episode, I was uneasy to say the least. It was weird.
And I'm like, come on through, Corky. I'm going up on my soapbox. That's basically it. Let's talk about drag and all its forms. What, Cookie?
Hey guys, thanks so much for clicking on the video. This is my review for Love and Hip Hop Hollywood, Season 6, Episode 10. Try that, Brittany. Miss Brittany. I don't know how to feel about her. I don't care for her much. I think she's a whole hot mess. And she kind of got her just due. She really did. So here we go. Her and Zale and Paris, they want to kick them off the bus. So they kicked Zale off the bus first. They kicked Zale off the bus. And they had Paris on the bus. As it goes, Brittany hadn't really won the votes of the people on the bus. Mickey Monday wasn't feeling it for her. Booby wasn't feeling it for her. Everybody was really Team Paris. And Zale, Zale comes with Paris. So she wasn't really leading the way. But anyway, they get back on the bus. Zale's off the bus. The executive producer came and got Zale off of the bus. Zale started arguing. Put him off the bus. And Paris is like, are you kidding me? But again, he's a man. She's a woman. So, he got to go. He was a little too aggressive. He got to go. So then Brittany gets up and goes over there, and now she's going to try to talk to Paris. But she's still throwing shade at Zale, talking to Paris. That didn't go so well. So she said what she had to say to Paris, and then this was like the punk move, because Paris, you snuck her, but she did get her. She went to get up to go back over to the other seat, and Paris threw a drink right upside the side of her face, honey, and grabbed a handful of her hair. I said, Miss Brittany, I know you should have seen it. Man, but that was a punk move. That was a punk move. It was. Because you ain't throw the drink right in her face. You ain't roll up on her the way you tried to roll up on Kay. Because Brittany big too. But but she ended up getting her. She snuck her. She got her. And then Apple tried to get all in. I was like, Apple? So now there's going to be issues. That's an issue. And Paris kept saying, I ain't never had no problem with you, Apple. And Apple was all, I said, well, you got one now. You got one now. So I didn't get that. I was like, Apple, you should just stayed out of it. Just got your friend and got her on out of there. But anyway, that was the whole mess. And then she's like calling people on the phone. And I'm like, oh, girl, sit down. Sit down. You call anybody you want. Ain't nobody get ready to do nothing to Zale. Somebody do something to Zale. Guess where you going, Apple? Back to jail. So just sit down. Stop it. Stop it, stupid. And it was a whole mess. But anyway, Paris and Zale ended up being put off the bus. They got put off the bus. And that was like just stupid. And then they go to the house. And that was stupid because y'all put Zale and Paris off the bus, but you're taking them to the house. Why? Why? They just got done fighting. So, why are you taking them to the house? But they get to the house. Zale and Paris hadn't got there yet. Lyrica and the rest of the crew that was on the bus, they're all everybody's like, hey. She's like, well, wait a minute. Where's Zale and Paris? And then Brittany started some stuff with Lyrica. I was like, now, Miss Brittany, girl, hold on. Now, I'm starting to see a little bit of a punk here. Because now you want to roll up on Lyrica calling her bitches and carrying on, and you got all this energy. You didn't have all that. And even after Paris yanked your head hard and threw that drink on you, you didn't have all that vigor that you trying to give to Lyrica. You want to scratch her face, don't you? petty. Just petty. I said, we see you, girl. We see you. And it just was ugly. It was ugly. Um Apple and old Brittany ended up leaving right before Paris and Zell got there. They went on off to wherever they were going. They went to a hotel. And I was like, that is just really crazy. And literally, after the two of them were gone, everything was fine. Zell and Paris came in, and everybody in the house just started having a good time. I was like, well, look at that. See y'all. The two that weren't really invited in the first place. See y'all. They was hitching a ride. Caused all that commotion. Bye y'all. A mess. Anyway, after that, you had Booby and Paris, and they were all talking to her. Like everybody was talking to her about her little thing with her marriage, and they were really advising her. They were telling her about, try to save your marriage. Your marriage is worth fighting for. Like, we love y'all. We all rooting for y'all to be together, and everything. The next morning, child, here she go crying again because she just seen A1. He in Vegas. He at a pool party, baby, getting it. And now she mad. They tell her, girl, well, listen, girl, just go get the party and honey, and he'll come around. He'll come around. I'm like, A1, you not helping. You're definitely not helping with your stupidness. Anyway, moving on. So in the meantime, back in California, we got Marquise, Boog, and Kelton meet back up. Marcus Houston decides he's going to come down on the percentages and everything. And they're like, okay, good. We can go ahead on and go through with everything. So Boog is like happy because he sees dollar signs. But then he throws in the Ray J situation. Then Marcus Houston says, wait a minute. Me and Ray J got beef, honey. I said, oh, Lord. So they had to get a meeting together. Child, when the three of them got together, Boog, Ray J, and Marcus Houston, it was literally an old 20-year-old beef over some TV shit. I said, what in the world? And when we started listening, it was just as childish. And they both stood all up. I said, Mona! Mona! Stop it. It lasted 3 seconds after the commercial break. And Ray J was like, oh, forget it. Just forget it. I said, so y'all just did this to try to hype us up. It was so stupid. Ray J talking about he thought he had this role, and then he told Marcus Houston, and Marcus Houston was like, oh, cool. Then the next thing you know, he waiting on the people to call him back, and they never called him back, and he found out that Marcus Houston got casted. And he's like, he robbed me. No. I was like, this is all stupid. Mona, quit playing with us. Don't do that. I call BS. But anyway, everybody cool. Everybody's on board. And then they invite Ray J to come on down to Vegas. He's like, it's the baby's birthday, but I'll try to catch a jet or whatever down. I said, that's going to be an argument. I know as soon as he try to leave, baby, that pranky going to have a fit. They just making them two have a storyline. It's just ridiculous. Then the last part, we go and we see Apple's little family reunion. And you see everybody there, and it really wasn't all that interesting to me. I just was like, okay, all right. I thought we spent way too much time there doing nothing. The twin sisters, they're triplets. The triplets didn't show up, and the grandmother didn't show up, baby. It was a no-show. They was getting a ghetto mess. And that's basically what Apple and them said, And then they talked about them. I said, well, you see what y'all doing right now? I can see why they didn't come on TV, honey. Y'all acting ghetto, and y'all sitting there talking about them on national television, calling them like they stuck up. I said, well, they ain't want to bother with y'all. I'll say to shut up. And then they had this whole scene. This is when I said it was so weird to me. She has like 3 kids. And she has the one son. He's a cute little boy. He looks just like Apple. Like, how you see a mother and a daughter, or mother and a son that look just alike, but the looks are better on the boy than they are on the woman. That's what the situation is with Apple and her baby. He looks just like Apple, but he's very, very cute And I don't find Apple to be all that cute. Now, Apple's built like a brick shit house. Oh, Miss Apple's built like a brick shit house. Yes, she is. Apple's bad, body wise and all of that. But she's just all right. I don't think she's ugly, but I don't find her to be overly attractive. And her little boy is very cute. The looks are there, but they just look better on a male than they do on a female. And I've seen that happen before. And I just and it's always weird when you see it. I was like, look at that. Isn't that interesting? But anyway, I thought it was very uncomfortable and weird because they were doing these scenes with the little boy, and he's like 16, and it was so forced. I just felt like he didn't really want to be there, and he was kind of forced to be there, and it was uncomfortable to watch. I hated it. I literally hated it. I hated the whole thing. It felt like almost like they were objectifying him or something. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe it was just me. Y'all tell me in the comments, how did y'all feel about the scenes? It's like two scenes with her son where she's talking to him. Did he seem like he didn't want to do it? I don't know. It just felt weird to me. And I was so glad when it was over. I was like, ugh, I didn't like that. Very uncomfortable. Very uncomfortable. Now, if a kid wants to film and all of that and be part of what the story is, fine. But that was kind of, I didn't care for that too much. That just didn't sit good with me. Felt really weird and uncomfortable. Anyway, y'all tell me in the comments how y'all felt about that, and we'll talk next week. All right, later.